Kelly's Court is back in session. A Christmas challenge has fired up a cross-country fight between some snowball atheists and some Texans who love their manger scene. Someone in Henderson County, Texas, took offense to a nativity scene on public property. So they complained to the Freedom from Religion Foundation. It's an atheist group more than 1,000 miles away, up in Madison, Wisconsin. That group then sent a letter to the county commissioner asking him to take the display down, saying it violates the First Amendment. The answer included the phrase, quote, "when hell freezes over." And that's where Kelly's Court picks it up with former prosecutor Jonna Spilbor and former prosecutor and co-host of The Five, Kimberly Guilfoyle. So Texas said, I don't think so.
Right.
My friends up in Wisconsin, we're not taking down the display. The nativity is not unconstitutional, even if it's on public property. And you know what you can do with your letter, Mr. and Mrs. Atheist. Kimberly,
put it where the sun don't shine. Yeah.
Who's right?
I mean, come on. And they have really good sound reasoning here. As you know, there are multiple U.S. Supreme Court cases right on point. One recently in 2010 that affirms this, the Salazar case. So there is no rule of law that says that an entity like this would have to eradicate all forms of religious symbols. And in fact, specific to the facts of this case, they've got little gnomes and other little things that are very cute, and, you know, reindeers and Christmas, etc., that aren't necessarily just religious in nature. So they're saying it isn't purely a religious, nativity scene, but it has multiple different themes of the Christmas and winter solstice season there.
That's critical. Jonna, we may mock the gnome, but the gnome right. could make or break the defense in this case, could it not?
That's true, and I think the atheist organization is going to say that the gnome actually makes their case. And the reason for that is lawn gnomes aren't particularly religious, nor are reindeer or Santa Claus. So that means that this Christian symbol, the nativity scene, is the only religious ornament, for example, on that lawn, and therefore it is intruding on the First Amendment. That's going to be their only argument.
Kimberly, haven't the courts have said that, you know, you put out like Santa, you put out snowmen, you put out gnomes, and it secularizes the display. It sort of, takes the religious message out of it as far as the public is concerned.
Yeah, it's like putting too much water in your lemonade. You know what I'm saying? It does. It waters it down. It cleanses it, so to speak, so that other people aren't offended, like groups like the ACLU and this group in particular. So, the judge is right in this case to say we don't have to take it down because they sent a letter as well to a judge there locally in addition to the county commissioner. I think they should fight this all the way. I like the attitude. Everyone's so worried about being PC. But people, the law is on your side. Embrace it.
Oh, they're embracing it all right. I mean, the message from them has been, as I said, when hell freezes over and so on and so forth.
I love it.
So really the bottom line for people is when you put up that nativity display, you need the baby Jesus and Mary and the three wise men and the little, who's that, a fourth what? No, it's a gnome. When we come back right after this break, I want to ask you, Jonna, about the atheist message that they say the nativity is sending, which is one of intimidation and exclusion. That's 2 minutes away. All right, Jonna, so the atheist group has come out and said that they believe this sends a message of intimidation and exclusion to non-Christians on public property. And they point out there are ample private and church grounds where religious displays may be freely displayed and may be freely placed. Do they have a point?
Well, they're trying to make the point that this is now in violation of what we call the lemon test. Kimberly mentioned lemons before. The U.S. Supreme Court came out with this three-pronged test. And one of the prongs of that test is this religious display cannot be excessively entangled with the government. And by making that, I don't agree with the argument. By making the argument that people are going to be afraid to enter the county building because they think if they're not Christians, they're not going to be welcome, they're trying to fit that into one of the prongs of the lemon
Kimberly,
test.
has the jurisprudence on this point gone off the rails? Because we're now at the point where it's, okay, the nativity, it's not okay if it's there by itself, but stick the gnome in there, next to the baby Jesus, and if possible, a Frosty the Snowman would really help your case. Then we're all good.
Isn't it so true? And throw in some little white-tailed deer, too. They're so cute. I love it. But that's true. The law is clever and crafty here. But nevertheless, they're going to lose because of it. We're joking about the gnome and the other little ornaments and decorations that are there. But that makes it something that's more secular and not religious in nature. And in fact, this particular nativity scene and Christmas decorations comply with the lemon test, comply with the Donnelly case, and in fact are reinforced by the Supreme Court, as I mentioned, in the 2010 decision very recently in Salazar versus Bono. So what I'm saying is solid legal ground, chalk one up for Christmas here. That's what's significant about
it. Doesn't
this.
look like they're backing down in Texas. The county commissioner characterized this demand as stupid. He said, I'm going to fight this till hell freezes over. The county judge said they're going to have to make us move it. Another guy watching this case said this is the hill to die on. It's a fight worth having, and on it went. But the atheist group is working to eliminate not just this one, but 12 more nativity scenes. Panel,
What's up with Wisconsin? We're going to talk to that religious foundation. Eric Bolling talked to him on the 5.
We'll see you tonight at 5.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, gals.
And your Christmas party.